forward. It just a lot of damage that's kind of unpreventable.
Alright, and Joe, meanwhile, header right over. Tanking. A lot of work in. Baby Knight. Stocking up on Wraith Band. Hit the level 6 with last hitting anything for him, but Baby Knight now might be in trouble. If the ball starts tagging on him, he might be a little bit slow here, but the Rook is waiting. Nice silence. Go start things off, and now there is your Bad Rider pulling in. That's the Rubik as well. That's the power of the Rubik slash Tombstone. So much damage on board. There's the fire. Gonna be burning, tanking. So Scorpion takes and dive gone wrong here. Comanche. Nice little gust there, does get the disinitiate going. PH going.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that no one was on the bottom lane to contest Ace when they were contesting him so easily just a moment ago is a really, really big tell for Imperial that someone's in trouble, and most of the time it's going to be Drow, but now it's Ace actually in trouble. I think he's just dead here. Maybe? No, Shadow Word doesn't do that much damage, right?
They have a lot of bonded creeps there, so if they just turn their attention, it might work, but Chu is already on a killing spree. Those fatal bonds could actually be worked on that could kill the Luna if they hit it down fast enough. What? A little bit of health. Survive. Definitely close, and getting so many kills on the Warlock early is just... The faster you hit that rock, the better it gets. It's kind of like a... what do you call it? Investment, passive investment. You know, every second you don't use it, it's wait.
Yes. You gotta get it as soon as possible just so you can drop more.
Yeah, like Finger of Death, right? It's so valuable early. Allows you to make a fight 4-5. Rock
and
is
Roar, and Lasso, and Relocate. Pretty much all these, or we have a lot of those big ultimates in the
Those
game.
are big. Those aren't as big ultimates as Warlocks, and the power level is there as well. Warlock Golem, if you get it early, you can get a really early power, get the cooldown cycle on it a lot sooner. Baby Knight finally hitting level 6, so all the ranged heroes on the Radiant side. Choice here. Luna skipping waves, which does hint towards a very aggressive early game. Skipping on, usually if not, otherwise you might just keep 1 point in that Luna Blessing. Now they're gonna dive that tower underneath the Tombstone. Might not be the wisest thing to do, but they do bait it out, and baiting it out is perfect here. The beam comes out onto Misha, and you see a little bit of lag and dying. Deploys that Soul Rip. Not sure why the servers are like getting those thick wall. Wow, a solo kill here, Baby Knight on Beastmaster.
Frost Arrow had a little bit of help there, just Napalm slow and Frost Arrow slow, even though it's just level 1, and Master is tanky, but he can't actually get out of that. Now they're after Baby Knight. I don't think this is going to happen though. Probably not with 2 TPs, but the supports of Imperial are now going to start to mobilize at least a little bit. Like, they showed up over towards that mid lane. When Banshee tried to gank them with the Sand King and the IO, they've showed up on bottom lane, got a couple of kills as well. And that's really what the Undying does, right? Like, he just wants to be wherever the fight is. He shows up, you probably are going to lose someone trying to kill off someone else. Like, he's going to make that an even trade until you get to a much higher level. So just good responses from Imperial so far, but I do like how Comanche are trying to buy a lot of space for this Slark. They're really trying to leverage this early game power with the Sand King. They're playing as they should if they want to stop the Drow Luna lineup.
Drow lineups need a lot of jumpers, and now Comanche only have that Sand King up. I think they have to maybe tech the Slark that as well. The Beastmaster may get a Blink Dagger, but he has other items to really want to get. Macro Book. Mech. Back in that middle lane trying to take charge. Nine has some arrows for him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Baby Knight's doing just fine, but there's also zero pressure on this Slark. Like, he's on top of the net worth chart just by getting CS in that 1 kill. Though Shadowblade, I would imagine, should be coming up pretty soon on this Slark, and that's just going to open up a whole new can of worms for Imperial. Like, they already do have some detection, I guess, which is kind of nice, but you don't want to be playing Drow Ranger, or Luna, really, up against a Shadowblade Slark.
Oh yeah? 5 deterrents. The epicenter is there for Afterni, so you might be looking on a kill for Ace.
Are fortified.
Don't really want to go for that.
Absolutely not.
He gets a little bit too close, just gets lifted up. He is fairly bulky. He's got raindrops, tranquil boots, has backup kind of nearby in the Warlock.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There's an Eclipse here as well. Okay, now I think he's a little bit too far.
For them, we have the Sandstorm. Now they have the Sentry Wards as well. After the there's the Sandstorm. Gonna get the Disjoint. Price is gonna botch that one right up. Kill. Wow. Well, am I looking at this right? 91 CS.
Yeah, he's been jungling a little bit, so that's kind of inflated by Blood Golems and Satyrs and whatever.
Like, whoa.
But yeah, he's still getting absolute free time up against no one.
Yeah, it's still 5k to 3k 8.
Radiant's top tower
Not looking at it too skewed here, but that's gonna be a really early, almost done. It's gonna catch people off guard, this one.
Fortunately for Imperial, they have a Bat Rider, so almost at his Blink Dagger. If he doesn't get jumped by the Shadow Blade, and it doesn't look like he should, then, you know, Blink Dagger on Hesta Joe will at least allow Imperial to start fights and force the Slark to kind of use Shadow Blade as a response to Bat Rider's initiation. And that's really what you want as Imperial. Get the immediate pick off, and then turn everyone's focus on the Slark to just pop the Invis. Sure. Alright. Do you have it on a shuffle?
Radiant lane 1.
Wallpaper shuffle?
Just in time.
Oh. Yeah, you missed
in.
absolutely nothing.
Fantastic. Standard stuff here for the Sand King. Ace. Gonna drop some Lucent Beams on him. Chip away at that, but the Barrel Strike comes in after using his outs here. Deal the Luna, but not the most punishing hero right now. Without that spell steal, cannot find himself a second spell to steal. Yo, he's close.
The Sand King is getting a lot of experience with the free time here. Although he's gonna walk in a little bit too far. Rise is sleeping.
Lift.
They can kill him.
Beam.
Eclipse has got to land.
Beam, but is this gonna be a kill though? They force the TP in. There's the rock though, the triple beta once, and the return Barrel Strike here. He kills it off, but really low here. Coming in, one more flick should stop. They heal up. Rise gets hit. They lose a lot of health there as the Barca comes in. Now there's Shadow Blade on Slark. Gonna be missing on Ace. Does he find it? No, he does not. Do get another kill. Also, just basic right clicking, taking out the Undying, and that's why you really have to evaluate if it's safe. I've waiting a tier 1 tower, and I believe they will get punished.
Yeah, it was just a little bit slow on the draw there from the Rubik, a little bit slow on the draw there from the Luna, got Burrow struck, mid-eclipse passed, and the Warlock he hasn't been on the map for the past like 2 or 3 minutes. You have to assume that he has his ultimate by that stage, and he does.
Okay. Maybe not. Oh, be careful here, the Barrel Strike goes onto the Bat Rider as well, right for the lasso, but get punished. Ace doesn't have his ulti. Now, as Lee can pop that Sandstorm, but still himself out. A Slop getting killed there.
Is under attack.
Joe does seem to be able to build a team out with a lot of AoE fire damage and all that right click power coming out. They do get the drought, but they lose it.
That's an alright trade for Imperial, actually. Like, they don't really need the Drow's damage right now because they have the Luna's damage. The tower's already weakened, so it should be a free tower pick them. And they pull out the Roar and the Relocate, so Imperial know that they have a lot of downtime where they're not going to fear anything. Warlock's dead also, so there's that. Hesta Joe gets a large bounty killing that hero, but it's a lot of downtime where there are no ultimates here for Comanche that are threatening. That means Imperial can start pushing.
The Bat Rider getting us there. That's going to help him to already pick up the staff would really help this hero out of the fight away from his team. You always have to look out for the win. Going out, find Baby Knight scanned up, fight that neutral stack. Look for that level 2 marksmanship. Lark's on the prowl here. He does have that gold lead. Find Baby Knight here, that's attack and on him as well. There's gonna be the zombies. Are they gonna be enough? Nope, they send Raw in as well. They get the Power Strike on the Undying, get the free Tombstone. Eclipse comes in, but it's a level 1 Tombstone, and I feel like this jump in is a little bit odd. They get leaked up again on that slot. Gets the Lunar kill. LTW already doing really good. Rubik, no chance of steal yet. Gets picked by a triple here on the slot, and things already looking too bad for Imperial. Joe, out of there.
Yeah, teleporting all those heroes in one at a time like that's just not how you fight. In this game, they drop an immediate Eclipse because there were a lot of heroes there. What they failed to see was that Beastmaster had 2 boars popped up, so the boars took like 2 beams or something like that, and there were just so many heroes there that Eclipse wasn't going to kill anyone anyway. So Imperial definitely should have cut their losses there, and Comanche again are playing exactly how you should play up against a Drow Ranger draft. Just try to look for those really sneaky pickoffs, and if Imperial are not all together as a full 5-man squad, individually they are fairly weak heroes. You should be able to take them down very easily. So Comanche leveraging pretty much all their resources, and they're just going to buy time for another Chaotic Offering to come up, which is now up. So they'll have the Chaotic Offering, and they should have another Roar in just 5 seconds. They're ready for another fight, and Imperial really aren't. They need a lot more bulk on these heroes.
The thing about winning a big team fight with big ultimates is because you spend a lot of time, your enemy spends dying, charging those ultimates, and now dying, getting caught in his tier 1 tower. Should be a no case there. Now Joe comes in with the napalm. Link's already done on a couple of heroes here. It's a rough day to be a squishy support. Bat Rider trying to drag feet with fire, but immediately blocked out by the tanking. Another wall going onto him. Tanking will go down to Drow Ranger, Baby Knight. Don't know why the server still needs spikes, but you get those kills on.
Shu does have his ultimate. He actually canceled it. Realized didn't need it on the Bat Rider, so Comanche are still in a pretty good spot to keep pushing in here. Ace does not have an Eclipse just yet, therefore he's not really willing to get into this fight, and Rise cannot protect Baby Knight enough. You just go in with the Slark, drop a rock on him, and then maybe don't even have to drop a rock on him, then Baby Knight is just dead. Luna arriving now with Eclipse is that Comanche will disperse, but still they are getting pickoffs where it matters. Slark is getting very, very far ahead. The problem though is that everyone else is still behind the tri-core of Imperial, so Imperial are still getting a decent amount of farm despite having some really rough engagements.
I mean, the gold graph is 1,000 and not a huge deal. Ace picks up Dragonland. Fight here, but he's level 9, so Eclipse is at level 1, easily soaked up by a couple of Fusion Runes, Warlock Golem.
They can Roche really quickly.
Radiant's top tower has
Here?
fallen.
That would be so cheeky. Here, handle. Now, Slok as well as Misha gonna run down here. They drop the sentry up. They see LTW. There's gonna be the lasso, but the Dark Pack's already there. So will not be a kill there with the Eclipse, and they pull him back with the best. Will be no kill here on the Slok. Protection a little bit too slow.
IO should just die here. Yeah. That was very, very quick reaction time from the Slark, just jamming that Dark Pack button. They dropped the silence on him, they dropped the lasso on him, and lifted him. They just packed it all off and got relocated out. So I like the move for Imperial, but unfortunately they're a little bit too slow on the draw. If perhaps the Bat Rider was gonna Firefly just a second earlier, they could have seen everything, but then the Slark would have realized that there was no Shadow Dance passive. It's really a tough kill to get, even with such a good jump.
The 4-staff is Bat Rider. W meanwhile finds him, so as I say, he's got it. He's 1 goal short. Does he buy it now? Doesn't have time for shopping. Banking is there to punish. Now 8-14. But if you guys are just tuning in, the scoreboard is a little bit weird right now. It does in the field. Imperial has one more to this if they do drop it.
Talking that great for Imperial. Like, a Drow Luna draft has so far only taken 1 tower. They're not going to have the opportunity to take Roshan. Obviously, Comanche pretty much have that one in the bag already, so their late game is pretty reasonable. Imperial BKBs are incredibly potent up against Comanche. Despite having BKB piercing tools, Warlock, Rock, the Roar, and whatnot. They just need to get farm, get gold really any way they can, and if they kind of spread out from this 5-man, and they put themselves at risk. So the situation arises where Imperial kind of have to stay together. They'll need farm on a lot of heroes. At a certain point, not possible. They have to take some risks in order to get their money.
Better than that, another spot, and there is a Echo Save Battle Blitz, 19 minutes with Aegis. Looking rough.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top
Can't
tower
really
is
afford to
under
kill him first, because then he'll just pop right back up. You can't really afford to kill him last, because then he'll be killing you the entire time. Imperial should just be like doing this, avoiding fights. And they still have all this damage, 52 from the Drow. He has a Shadow Blade, Ace has a Hurricane Pike, so they do have a couple of good tools now at their disposal, Imperial, but at a certain point...
Oh, they catch the Sanking, this could be huge for them. They relocate out. Could be the case, the baseball comes in. Now the Slark dropping low once again. Could see a throw here if he's not careful. The Rock is down. There's the Fatal One doing much damage. There's his life. Comes back for a second round. Sure, they are ready for it. Immediately jamming on that Dark Pack. Really wants to get the health ready. Start regenning his loss. Yeah. Putting his team in the game.
It was actually a really good fight there for Imperial. They pull out the Warlock ult, a couple of ults there, and relocate, Roar, whatnot, but they take off the Aegis, they kill off the Sand King, and only lose their Luna. It's not a trade they're going to be excited to make, since still they're failing to effectively deal with the Slark and Sunny has PKB. But yeah, Comanche just going in a little bit too deep there, especially that Sand King. Like, yeah, you can dive tier 1s, I guess, if you're going to get a free kill, but the Sand King by himself, which is double Burrow Strike, doesn't do a lot of damage. It's really just the team at this point all setting up for Slark to do damage, for the Beastmaster to do damage to those Necro books. If they aren't in to actually do their damage, then, you know, jumping in for a stun is almost bliss.
So now they might be looking for a mid lane push. Baby Knight has a special here. Is there anything special do you want?
For Baby Knight, I mean, he just completed his Shadow Blade. Should be a Hurricane Pike next for him. Oh, they'll get the Sand King though. That's pretty special.
We get him. He missed his playing. He was just trying to have his own private time. Noya, does he steal it? He does. So Burrow Strike is available for the Rubik, and that is huge to get. They're up pretty well. Well, question mark.
Yeah, the Rubik now has a way of blindly hitting the Slark in when he's Shadow Dancing. Which, you know, may or may not be entirely relevant, but I mean, it's Burrow Strike. You're never gonna say no to Burrow Strike. It may be situations where it'll like even be better than like stealing a Beastmaster Roar or something along those lines because of the cooldown being so low.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Starting to grow real huge here. Picks up an early BKB, and you know what this means, Mike? To shut down this game right now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Towers will be traded. They caught the Beastmaster. He had no force that though.
In trouble. Yeah. Yeah, can't afford to make too many mistakes against a Drow lineup. The IO did try to relocate in, so back out.
They're trying the TP trick.
Does it work? Oh. It does! You have so perfect. Yesterday we had this one where the sister was just Zord, get so many heroes, and then up to glimpse him, so they all thought he was dead, so they left him there. And then he TP'd right as the iframe for the teleport scroll. Dodged the glimpse. That was even cool.
Wow. I mean, it is so hard to do that. It is going to save the IO's life, which, you know, gold saving experience. Not really huge for an IO. It's you know, more so the thought that counts, not giving the gold over to Imperial. But yeah, certainly a display of skill. And Misha so far has been pretty much on point. The relocates haven't really been turbo aggressive. They're mostly been just defensive, save life kind of ultimates. But it always seems like he's tethered to the person taking the most damage. And that's exactly what you want to do, right? Just heal whoever's the focus.
The scan does scout out someone. That Drow Ranger. Waiting for them. The Bat Rider waiting for them. Monstrous. Good observer vision. long way around. LTW has smoke, so Bat Rider. Lark has the vision. Lark has the vision.
Rider has a gem.
Smells blood. Big. Oh, Joe gonna get caught out immediately by that rope, as well as that power strike. They find him. Comanche now going to counter that eclipse, holding a lot of particle effect. Rock coming in with the chain now. Comanche, so much damage. Noya about to fall here. He will take down W. Yep, he does take down to that Warlock Rise to get chased down here. The Lucer Beam though dropping really low. LTW, he stole the gem, so that might be for Jack to back off, but LTW loses his life to the Lucer Beam Pikachu. Going to pick up that gem. How you like that? Late.
Just trying to get in there to get Slark a little bit of extra juice. Doesn't actually happen. Tombstone drew a lot of attention there. Flesh Golem did a lot of work there for the Undying, but really the MVP was a two-man Burrow Strike from the Rubik to onto the outskirts of the fight, and then everyone else from Imperial with their Force Stabs and Shadow Blades and whatnot were able to take down the IO immediately. So the IO got Burrow Struck and then just killed off, and Comanche were chasing around Bat Rider and killing off the Rubik and whatnot. But once that two-man Burrow Strike lands, like it lands really hard. That's time for Ace and for Baby Knight just sit back and right click, and they do end up killing the Slark. So that is a 10-second BKB charge down the tubes. I thought like a 10-second BKB would just auto-win Comanche any given fight, but Imperial with perfect positioning almost intercept that gank, and Sand King again Burrow striking in without proper follow-up to immediately get a kill is going to cost Comanche.
Bat Rider, what do you want to see him pick?
For the Bat Rider,
you got a 4-star, he's got his blinking, standard stuff is done. Now you don't just you go for the tech. You go for your 8th lens, your egg. Well, do you find something to do with the slot?
I do like Ags on Bat Rider. It is incredible up against IO. I do think it's probably more important to build, kind of build bulk for the team. You're able to, I mean, maybe not like a mechanism route, but pipe is kind of reasonable here. Maybe not the best. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of threats for the Comanche side. If you're able to build a Halberd, that'll be incredible. BKB again is pretty safe as an item pickup. Crimson Guard is not bad. Just some of these like aura-based supporty items, I think, for the Bat Rider. But again, Ags is also this here.
It's like they are going to wrap around. Imperial looking to turn this game on its head. W going to be the only one there right now. The nighttime comes in. The counter that he flips that. There by Ace. He has that BKB. The roar comes in, locking down targets. Vector 3 going ham on this Drow Ranger. Will they find? Yes, they do. Comanche now off the roll here, pushing forward for more damage. They lose their Warlock, they lose their, but they do get that Drow Ranger. Now Rise down that Beastmaster. Oh, a draft win here. Imperial though is melting.
That was just Eclipse into a Hurricane Pike in, and Comanche weren't expecting that, so they didn't have all their units popped up, so Ace got a pretty full Eclipse on just heroes. And also the Sand King, I think, botched his Epicenter. He wasted a couple of pulses and then like Burrow struck in to the Undying and Rise and ultimately didn't do a lot. And actually these support heroes are getting the items I was just mentioning. Maybe for Joe he can just get a Yule Scepter or something like that. But yeah, they do lose Baby Knight again. These fights are not free for Imperial. They're surviving with enough relevant heroes to consider it a win, and they're slowly but surely taking down this BKB of the Slark.
The Slark is still a concern, of course, with the down the game, but so far Imperial not let that happen. So much AoE damage, so much area control. Slark can't hope to get into the things, and Rise is killing Ace here. So
look at this defensive power coming up for Imperial. Noya's building a hood into a pipe. Got the Rubik, who is going for a mechanism, but also he's got the null field at level 3, which is, I mean, for level 11 Rubik, that's not too unreasonable, but they are really focused at just keeping these core heroes alive by any means.
That's what I did that. Kind of a call real time. Enough. A lot of bloodlust, a lot of stats on him already. A lot of shipping. Finds it, so smoothest, but
he has a Silver Edge. Just the minus damage component of Silver Edge is huge up against Drow Ranger and Luna. Deactivating their passives is just as large. So, Slark is still a threat, but it does seem like over the course of these fights, it's like Slark is kind of the only threat here for Comanche. Like, Pikachu is not able to get the Blink, Roar, Necrobook pickoff that usually you would expect from a Beastmaster at this stage, but Imperial, again, are just having the benefit of always 5-manning, makes so that Beastmaster can't get those kills. King can't really get cheesy kills by himself. Only the Slark really has enough sustained damage output and enough survivability to actually get kills in the thick of a 5v5.
So now the group up here from Imperial, they are starting to slowly climb back. Both now favoring the
Double damage.
French and right.
Oh, they have a Bat Rider with a gem.
And then they find Rise, that's double damage that lashes him down with that pounce. And now the counterplay comes out. We have that Eclipse being deployed there. The target, the Wisp is removed from now. The Baby Knight, no loses life spells, a triple kill here for the Slot Block. He's having a field day here. No bashes available. Hit burns a little, but still a very nice pickup here.
That was literally Slark doing all the damage there. Like,
Yeah.
no one else from Comanche
He just
did
needs
any
someone
damage.
to fade out the control, and then
Yeah, and they know that he has an agent also, so Imperial aren't going to be super eager to, dump everything onto a Slark when he's just going to pop right back up. So Slark literally just goes and kills 3 heroes without really risking anything. And the rest of Comanche, therefore, have all their ultimates up. They have the Rock, they have the Roar, they have an Epicenter. Warlock ultimate is only level 1 by him being level 11. Shouldn't really be a huge deal. They get a free tower. They still have the Aegis. They just need a couple seconds of Shadow Dance regen, and then go back in.
yeah, the Beastmaster very, very close there. But, oh no, now the Luna not expecting to jump forward. Oh, he pops that maybe 4 stop away by his teammate. LTW getting control so far. The Rock comes down. That's gonna have more control here. The Roar on top of the Luna. The Luna still standing still, getting healed there. Dying. They're gonna be enough though. Fatal Bonds coming in. The leash jump forward. Ace in trouble that he loses his life. That's the Luna down 67 seconds on the sidelines. No buyback. And now the Epicenter coming in. It catches everyone. Manoia. They're also tanking the Bat Rider. Slops just clicking out here. Just them all down one by one. The Aegis still not used there. Come on, lose that Aegis. They will. So the buyback on the Bat Rider rises out of mana. Slot will choose the right thing and pounce away.
Is under attack.
They tagged him with Frost and Dust. They have a gem. He's dead. He just can't get out of this.
Oh, Slot. Nice power strike. Once again, show why that Rubik pick is pivotal. They lost it tier 3, but they do not lose it.
Comanche just gunning straight for all these kills. I don't. They forced out 1 buyback out of this Bat Rider. Anyone else bought back or died back or anything like that. So ultimately, that's again a pretty reasonable fight for Imperial. They take out all these BKB charge on Slark. They pull out all of the enemy ultimates. Yeah, it does cost them a buyback on the Bat Rider, but we were just talking about earlier, he doesn't really need anything else compared to what he has right now, as long as he's able to hold the gem, and he does still have the gem. Imperial are able to take these engagements. Losing a tier 3 at this stage in the game doesn't really mean all that much. It's more important to look at what the enemies have cooldown-wise. And now they have another lasso with teeth in their sights.
Oh, looking for it, find them. There's the Beastmaster, it is their initiator, they want to lock him down, but again, the Wisp fun and the aggression is curbed for now. Taking quite a bit of damage here. The Drow Ranger firing in. That's complete power strike. Find a Bat Rider with idly gets himself caught, and now the Galay is coming in. The Imperial starting to turn this game into his head. 3 down so far. Comanche only having 2 supports, 1 semi-core left to defend the wave. And they can't. I mean, there's Fatal Bonds, but it's not going to work fast enough. So,
Slark's back. But Slark really needs the Warlock Rock if he's gonna go in and get killed easily. He also needs to not go for Ace because he's the most difficult hero to kill here.
They're all walking through the upheaval, so there's that. Aces.
Oh, huge Fatal Bonds.
Heavy as he used. Now he will Silence here, coming out here on the slot, trying to get an easy pick. Hero claim a Rax already, but they will not be greedy. Moving back to now, invisibility does show LTW a little bit too transparent in his ideals there. The BKB is now to find a Rubik, striking really hard there, but now the Raw is going to be dropping once again. The BKB covering the stage alive, the baseball goes across, but they lose heals, they lose the throw. There's the epicenter for the Dire. So much damage. Joe gonna fall. Neuer as well. There's gonna be Rackley coming up Mace, but is there gonna be enough? No, it is. And Pikachu is triple. They lose their Undying. 5 heroes sidelines in the grave. Excellent team fight. Stay alive.
And this Slark is just using his spells and his abilities so calmly, like Shadow Dance, never overlapping with BKB, which is something we see quite often with Slark who just get a little bit too excited in these fights, but you know, he's using all that uptime, almost invulnerability, pretty much perfectly. Epicenter comes in, Warlock ultimate with already Fatal Bond set up on a couple of turns beforehand, and Imperial actually don't have any buybacks. The Luna just bought out for her Butterfly, Drow Ranger I assume bought out for the Silver Edge.
What's happening?
So Rax is graded, and they're not done yet. I think they can get this tier 2 to calm down it, but Imperial failing to make a clean retreat there is going to cost them a lot.
Yeah, they only got 1 million cracks on one lane, but still. See what happens here. The Sand King jumping very deep in there. There's the Roar follow-up as well as Dying. Getting out of this one, there is a pushback towards that mechanism and the Soul Rip to keep things alive, but the Beastmaster is down. So is the Warlock following him. There's a good Perceptor. He's going to try and TP out of this. Lose the beam already used, so cheap. They're very skillful. Gets out of there in time, man. 25-30. Lead.
I'll take that.
And these two heroes that just went down do have buyback, so Comanche aren't going to have any sort of immediate backlash here. It is certainly getting to be a very close game. This Slark is still the biggest problem for Imperial. He's got a Butterfly now with no NKB on the Imperial side, no way of cutting through that evasion, so it is again a pretty large problem, but and look at these items from the Imperial side. They of course have Pipe on the Undying, but Rubik also has a Vlad's. It's an incredible item to have with a Luna and Drow on your side if he's actually able to stay alive. Starting to think that, I mean, even though Vlad's is great, I feel that Ghost Scepter for Rise's survivability might just be a little bit better.
There's a lot of magic going around.
I'll take that.
I mean, there is a lot of magic, but there's a lot of Slark also.
Oh, what? Whoa, the slot. Minimap. There is Imperial immediately got together.
Nesta Joe went for Shiva's.
Playmale
Playmail items are all good.
Dead.
Shiva's guard it pretty much just counters the Beastmaster in her beast, or at least as much as you can.
Now Lasso gonna start on a target. It's gonna be... Oh, no, it's gonna be relocated out. I was looking for that death timer. Pikachu gonna bailed out by his buddy. Now the roll comes in onto the Bat Rider, but there are a lot of BKBs being activated. LTW fucking chance here, the Slosh goes into the Shadow Storm, but he's knocked out, and without that buyback, he's in the low. As it is dead, but he does absolutely nothing. The Rubik, the Mac, the Undying, just keeping things alive. 2 heroes down without buyback. Misha on the run here, but all the heavy hitters are down. Ron, that's gonna be pushing higher when the good game comes out. Chew. Oh, they called it, and up. Huge Rex win here in the middle. Hero just swing rounds with a huge team fight, and knock out Comanche of game number 1.
Slark doesn't have his backup there. It was at a certain point in that fight just Slark trying to take down the Tombstone first of all, and then everything else afterwards.
I mean, when you
Imperial Batrider just...
When you dedicate your slot to hitting those Tombstones, that's when it gets rough. The Bud Cup, I didn't really monitor